Okay, so once again, Dab with Wolves here. We're gonna watch the live stream and then we're gonna look at the voting. And then for the Game Awards, so they will be up on YouTube. So make sure to do like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bells. Sam is here with cat yields. But we're gonna guess who's gonna win. If I'm white, I get a point. If you white, you get a point. If we both lose, Luna get a point. And then Diana is gonna take all the point for the esports stuff because we have no idea. That is how they're gonna work. So
FIFA wins.
We're just gonna get into them. We're gonna see here. Like always, we should be good. Let me see. Are we good? Oh, hang on. We're gonna need to unmute this. Let me bring that down. So like always, chat. Let me know how the audio is. Guard your yields, and let's see what's gonna happen.
Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Keighley, and on Thursday, December 8th, we are going to celebrate the best in video
Jeff,
games
you both.
and see what's next at the Game Awards, which streams live from the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. Yes, there will be new games to announce, the Game Awards Orchestra will return, and there are many other surprises in the works. But today, it's all about revealing the nominees across more than 30 categories, including, of course, Game
Are you
of the Year,
ready?
as selected
Ready
by
as I'll ever
a
be.
jury of more than 100 media outlets. Remember, you can help select the winners by voting at the Game Awards.
But yeah, just remember, chat. This is the court nominees are from Game Press.
Well, it's my honor.
So let's see what the press is up to this year.
For Best Performance, the nominees for 2022 are Ashley Birch, Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah,
Charlotte McBurney,
that was my
Plague Tale
vote.
Requiem. Christopher Judge, God of War Ragnarok. Man Engage, Immortality. And Sunny Suljic, God of War Ragnarok. In the category of Best Multiplayer, the nominees
Okay,
are...
hang on. So you going Ashley
Oh
Book?
yeah,
Is it because Ashley Book guaranteed to be there because she always there?
yeah,
And also, hey, at what you playing?
exactly.
I'm sensing a little biasness, right?
You don't say. Every year I say Witcher 3. You don't say.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna go. I think it depends. If the actor for God of War, though, I think he will get it. Just because he a famous actor, so he got more fame and fans outside of the gaming industry. And also, a new Stargate thing came out, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go the dude from Stargate. So next,
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Multiversus. Overwatch 2. Splatoon 3. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
so what?
Platoon.
I think so too. I think Splatoon gonna get it just because that'd be a nod for Nintendo. Like realistically, like probably Splatoon probably would be the more winning, but at the same time, I think probably with my final answer probably gonna be Call of Duty just because Call of Duty sold 10 billion. I think it was 10 billion. It was more than a billion. Either way, it's the fastest selling Call of Duty ever. And Call of Duty have always been the highest. So they have sold more than they have in the last 30 years. And that is a lot of casual people, and the winners are picked by the casuals. So I'm going to say probably Call of Duty.
The was picked by the press.
No, the press nominate them, and then the
Okay.
winner is picked by the community or civilians.
Well, I picked Splatoon because I remember you saying that you got like a lot of views and engagement when you were playing Splatoon.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you got that from it, then there's
It's
probably
like
engagement in it.
one of them cases that Splatoon. I feel like Splatoon will get a decent amount of votes just from like the children, teens, and the more diehards Nintendo people.
It's only the same thing with
But at the same point, at Call of Duty, it literally have sold more than ever. So it's like that a lot of new people coming in. And also the thing is this is coming out on December 8th. Splatoon came out like I think 3 months ago. So most people probably have already moved along, the casuals. And on top of that, Call of Duty again way to release a whole bunch of new expansion that week. So they're going to be releasing an update all the way up to the Game Award that going to keep it fresh in people's heads.
I said what I said.
So you taking Platoon, I'm going to go Call of Duty. That's all guess on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shredder would be in, like the co-op in it was great, especially since most of them games didn't need online co-op because it originally wasn't, but they added it and it worked fairly good. So, but I think Call of Duty going to get it.
For Best Ongoing Game, the nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact.
Oh god, this is gonna be a fight. Who are your guess on this?
Between 14 and Genshin, though.
That's the fight I'm talking about. Like, oh shit.
I feel like
Ugh.
14 purely because it's been around longer
Um.
and it's still going.
So that your guess?
I mean, like I said, I want to choose both because, like,
I feel like Genshin gonna get it mainly because 14 had an expansion last year. So now they in that like middle off seasons of just little updates here and there.
Mhm.
I don't think they have announced the net expansion yet. So at that point, that ending the same as Platoon, where a lot of people are kind of bouncing.
I don't. Does Genshin even have those kind of updates?
Yeah, it literally Genshin just came out with a giant expansion like a month ago. It literally added like pretty much a whole content of game to it.
But
And on top of that is Genshin, it also just like Call of Duty, is the most popular mobile game ever. And they are making in the billions every single month as well.
But you could also argue that 14 still has a strong base.
Cause that's the whole thing. If 14 got the old people that is, you know, built into it just by default. And
But you could also argue that the people who play 14 also play Genshin, probably.
yeah, but at the same time is Genshin is bigger than 14. They got new content. They have a bigger player base because it's free. And also, they all, just like Call of Duty, are releasing update up to the Game Awards instead of being in that whole, I guess I'm going to go play something else time. That 14 kind of in right now. Yeah, for like the super casuals.
I'm gonna just be biased and go with 14.
You going 14?
Even though you're probably gonna win that one.
Yeah, I think Genshin gonna win because Genshin is like, between Genshin and Call of Duty, they are the two biggest game of the year. So, once again, going by popular vote. And also, you can play Genshin on your phone. So, if you're a grandmother who don't have a PC, or you're a...
I love the image of old ladies
or
playing Genshin and trying to figure out who their boy is.
Exactly. And then not counting, like, Gen Z who don't also have PCs or consoles either, and only play on the phones. We got Genshin. And also, you bring in, you know, China, Korea, like all the Asian markets on top of that. You know, where the most of the fans are, because, you know, they outpopulate America and other Western duty or countries. So, like, I personally think Genshin gonna take it. And also, 14 have took it for the last few years.
Let them take it again. Joe, are you talking about people leaving Genshin? Because if you are, I would take a bet it's not playing the game. I'm going to take a bet it's the fandom. Because that's what's happening with Obey Me. Just, it's becoming so toxic. Everybody's just peace out.
Yeah, the same thing happening with PSO right now. Just like, fuck Sega, we out.
Yeah. So,
But they be back in literally the net update.
this is true.
Because you know the people leaving your game is like, even if they go find a new boy dating sim, they will probably come back. And
People leaving are still people leaving.
Yeah. But at the same point, them people coming back, that peak their numbers on big updates, and that will, have more people being like, oh, there's so many people playing. Of course, I'm going to pull out my credit card.
Anyways.
But you going Final Fantasy, I'm going Genshin.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
Nominees for Best Art Direction are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and Stray. For Best Score and...
Okay, so.
Art direction. I want to say Horizon.
I don't think...
Horizon, but purely because Horizon would be up my alley for.
I don't like for me. I don't think Hawaii's gonna do it mainly because once again we get into PS5 problem, and also the internet got very angry because she had Pete Fudge on her face and people were being sexist. So, and that hatred still stand pretty hard because they'd never seen a woman before. So,
They've never seen a woman before. Truer words could not have been
oh,
spoken.
this was like the running gag about the people who got pissy because it's like when they were showing off, like, look how beautiful the game is, look at the visual, and it was like little people on the side of fate. And then people started being very angry and upset because it's like she supposed to be a female, not what one with Sony to making all the characters look like males. It was like a thing that just was stockpiling. And a lot of people got pissy, and a lot of people that more sane, it just like, yeah, that's just a thing in real life. You obviously haven't seen a woman before. So it was like the big conflict back right before Horizon came out about that. And then Troll being on the PS5 and, the bitterness that Sony have.
Can I change my answer then? To Stray.
See, this is where we get interesting, though.
Purely because, once again, I am biased, chat.
To cats.
Yes.
Because, see, this is the thing. This is the interesting part of, like, I think it could depend on what way they go with this. Or how people take art direction. Because on one hand, because we got three problems. If we take Horizon out of it because people are pissy and, people are going to troll this because people always troll this.
But what if you take that out from Horizon? Would Horizon?
No, I don't think so because it's more like realistic and more like a pushing visual quality, and it doesn't stand out because they went more realistic.
Once again, it's a personal taste for me. I like that. So.
Yeah, just that whole thing is not interesting because it just looked normal.
I miss Firewatch.
Firewatch wasn't realistic though.
No, I'm just saying for art direction.
Oh, there was plenty of indie stuff. We will probably get into that when we get to indie stuff.
I'm just giving you an example.
Uh-huh.
Chill. It's okay.
But if we take Horizon out of the equation, because honestly, once again, we got a real light about Trolls here and bitter fanboys, I feel like Dre is one of them cases of, it took the internet by storm, everybody know what Dre is, it's one of them, like, baby, like, we must protected type games, obviously. So, like, on one hand, if they are going more, like, cuteness and art direction, I can see Dre doing also the internet. But on the other hand, if we get into, the other art direction is obviously Gorn should win it, but the problem is Gorn was a bad game. Because visually, like, taking the Geiger art style and making it into a three-dimensional face was kind of, like, mind-blowing, but the problem is the game was bad. So, it totally just carried itself over the visual quality, but about an hour in, you don't care anymore because of just how bad the combat and the puzzles ended up being. So, on one hand, Gorn should win, but probably won't because of the hatred. And then on the other side is, we get into, Elder Wing.
What?
And I fall more into the Elder Wing camp, because when I look at art direction, it's more so of not like a beauty thing, but like a design thing, to not only carry you through the game to keep you entertained, but also to carry you through progression. And Elder Wing, from an artistic standpoint, is like when you step out of that fort dungeon, you look out, your eyes are instantly drawn to location that you gotta go for the main plot, without them saying anything to you about what you have to do. You instantly can look at something and be like,
that's
and go.
more of a mechanic.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, for me, I look at art direction and more of the art direction and a part of the design, and not just there for eye candy. It can be, but if it can pull double weight, that make it better.
Look, you think that, I think, like I said, Firewatch. If I had to think the pinnacle of what I think of whenever it comes to art direction, Firewatch is the example I would give for what I prefer and what I like and what I see.
Yeah, because there's a distance between what your own art style you like or
what the public likes.
No, like what
this is the public's
voting,
yeah,
I would mean more like what are you for what is being done.
That's That's you.
Yeah, so like, and then at the same time, I feel like probably gonna be Elder Wayne just because once again the popular vote, because Elder Wayne.
Well, yeah, but
But realistically, I feel like there can be a fight between Elder Wayne and Trey.
Stray's gonna win.
I'm pretty sure Trey's
Stray's gonna win.
I'm pretty sure he will just because the internet fell in love with that game really fucking
Of
hard.
course the internet did. It's fucking cats.
A cat's in an apocalyptic robot
The
like
internet-
escape zone.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
People love them
It's
cyberpunk
cats.
kitties.
No, it's cats. It's just cats.
I'm gonna go Elder Wayne. You're gonna go Trey. And if Trey will probably will take it, just because once again bringing in trophy votes
Yeah.
and people being like that cat need a trophy because the other thing about that is the cat and Trey is, if I remember correctly, is an indie game. Is the cat in the game is the cat of the owner who made the game. Like all the motion and everything, them capturing footage from the cat. So technically that cat is also Will. So realistically, I think you might be right. I think the cats of Trey probably gonna win. But I'm gonna go Elder Wayne just so we don't tie on that one. And also it'd be interesting to see which one and more.
You know, it's okay, love, to be right as well. There's no shame in it.
Yeah, I
Agree
know.
with me.
Like I said, it's gonna be a fight between them two. Cause like I said, Hawaii's and bigots are just instantly gonna get that taken out of the case. So Nat, what we doing? Beck and music.
Music. The nominees are Olivier de Rivere, A Plague Tale Requiem, Susaka Sato, Elden Ring, Bear McCreary, God of War Ragnarok, Two Feathers, Metal Hellsinger, and Yasunori Mitsuda, Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
If you don't go for Plague's Tale, I'm gonna check for a fever.
Honestly, that'd be me being biased, and this is not.
I'll go with Plague's Tale then.
I don't get me wrong. There were like one or two moments in Plague Tale, like yes, but at the same time, I don't remember a lot of the music because it was much more like background sunboing type music. Well, on the other hand, I feel like honestly, Hellsing probably gonna get it, just like God of War did with the acting, mainly because they'll like the bands that are in that, all the music was exclusive. A lot of the music from a lot of them bands are people that no longer in said band or doing music. So, and then on top of that, like the music is great, and the whole game is literally built around the music since it's a music game. So it like I feel like on that like not only is it a good game, not only does it get like the B1 point people, it also then get like the outside crowd who don't play video games. It's like when a Star Wars game come out, and someone who don't play video games at all will buy the Star Wars game because they, tied to the universe. I feel like that's what Hellsinger is, where there are people in the metal scene that probably don't even play video game that were like, wait, what? That person in it? Here's my money. And they will just buy it, play it for 5 seconds, and then bounce. Here's the song and call it a day. But with that being said, I think that will grow it out to a much bigger voting scene. So I feel like the fight going to be between that and probably God of War.
I'll just go with God of War.
You're not going with Plague Tale? Is it because we haven't played it yet for you?
Exactly. I haven't played any of them.
No, I mean, we played the fourth Plague Tale.
But they're not talking about that one.
Yeah, they're talking about the new one, the one that came out like a month ago.
Exactly. I'm talking about any of the nominees. Haven't heard the music, so I'm just gonna go with God of War.
Okay, you God of War, I am Hellblade, and Luna probably gonna win because they're probably gonna be able to win.
Do you know who would win if they were here? Miku.
I imagine somebody probably have modded Miku music in the Hellsinger.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I'm Hellsinger, you God of War, and we'll literally gonna probably be Elder Wayne.
The best audio design nominees are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, and Horizon Forbidden West.
Just give me like something to throw at it, and whatever it lands on, I choose.
I feel like there'd probably be another God of War thing just because of like I know the sounds in the fourth game were pretty highly praised, and then if you start bringing in like designing and for like audio of like character and environment, so I kind of feel like God of War. Also, God of War literally came out last week, so it's the most freshest of all these. Since Horizon was the beginning of the year, Elder Wing and Elder Wing, Gran Turismo I don't even know why it's here because you know.
I'm
But
just gonna go with Elden Ring.
so you're gonna go Elder Wing, I'm gonna go God of War then.
Yep.
Actually, now think about it, I know I'm going to mode here. The question is, how many people are you gonna kill?
Innovation and accessibility recognizes games that are making our industry available and enjoyable to more people. Selected by a special committee of accessibility experts, the nominees are
Okay, so not press.
As Dusk Falls,
Okay, real quick. So not game press, but like devil pits and stuff.
Yeah.
So you understand the concept here?
Yeah, I
God of
understood.
War Ragnarok, Return to Monkey Island, The Last of Us Part 1, and The Quarry. For best narrative,
Fucking no. The Last of Us?
I feel like probably Last of Us. I don't know what the quality of life stuff is for that, but if it anywhere near the adeptness that episode 2 was or part 2 was, because it was like insane. It was like 400 or 500 options in the original one or in the sequel. So if they go anywhere near that, I feel like yeah, it's probably gonna be Last of Us.
Yeah.
Diana just trying to get behind the stuff.
Of course she is.
But so where are you going?
Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm going Last of Us as well. So time for best story.
the nominees are A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality. Games
I feel like this is the issue. It's like I don't know because I stayed blind to the other story and also welcome back. Because Elder Wing is like Elder Wing fall into the same camp of every other From Software game. Is like, do you see the story? Do you care about the story? Do you even try to understand the story at distance and you know and not blunt? So like the story is good. The problem is that how many people actually seen said story. God of War, I don't know because I've been staying by on the story part. And I want to say like Plague Tale, but the problem with Plague Tale is it feels a little not cop out, but more just like yeah, the ending makes sense for the third game. You know, just hit a point where like oh okay, cut the credit, time for the sequel, and then you kept going, and then just end and like. So you only give that ending like an hour build up when like you could literally had that as a whole like 20 hour plus game in the third game, and it just felt. I got like my Walking Dead vibe about like the whipples of just like, oh I want to get to the end. Okay, fuck everything else. Let's just get there instead of just cutting it down and be like, see you in part 3.
Probably because they don't think there's gonna be a part 3.
I don't think that's the case since they were the biggest like promotion game from Focus Interactive out there having some behind the scene fallout.
I mean, why not?
So that was like my only issue with Plague Tale. Is like if they would have cut it off an hour before the end and say see you in part 3, it'd be like yeah, that was great. But I don't know about anything else, so I'm gonna go Plague Tale because Plague Tale needs something. Because they keep getting nominated and probably not gonna win any of these. So where are you all on this?
God of War.
God of War Hill?
Yeah.
Did it go with the Sony stereotype?
Games for Impact recognizes a thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning. The nominees this year are A Memoir Blue, As Dusk Falls, Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction is Forever, Hindsight, and I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.
Look, without any explanation, I want so bad to pick I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.
I kind of want to go with that too because the only game that I played at Duckfall, and Duckfall fall into the same camp at Plague Tale, where it's just like, oh yeah, the fourth ending, this is great, fantastic, and then you beat it, and then it'd be like, you unlock episode 2, and then it just goes. Any if you got credits, and it was like, if we would just ended at the 4 credits, like, I don't think it'd be like impactful, say. It'd be like, this is great. But I think the only reason it's doing the impact bit is for the second half, which was dealing with a mental PTSD trauma from what happens, when they was a kid, which was the fourth part of the game. But at the same time, the second part was probably the war part of it. Because it's like, okay, we're going to deal with mental trauma, we're going to deal with PTSD, we're gonna deal with old time or dementia stuff. I guess I kind of see where you're going on that, but I don't feel like it was done good and it wasn't long enough. Technically. So other than that, I don't think they're gonna get it for that. So I'm gonna go with you. So there we go. We got nothing on the other one because I haven't played any of the other ones.
For Best Independent Game, the nominees are Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, and Tunic. For Best Mobile...
I'm stuck between Cult of the Land and Stray.
I am too. It's just like, man, okay, yeah, that is some, I will agree that was some good picks. Elite for AA indies. Which obviously that was leaned into, and not leaned to like the one dude in abatement type indies. But yeah, like I feel like Cult of the Lamb and Stray are gonna be the fight. Like Tunic, the thing about Tunic is this is where we're gonna get interesting. That is like a divide in age. Because if Tunic win, that's gonna show there way more old people voting in this, just because that game is imitating like the original Zelda. Down to the point that like it have a instruction manual in the game to solve puzzles that it built into the design of the game, like it would be back in like the 80 and 90 when you would read the instruction manual to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
So like that is like heavy old school like Super Nintendo time period, like nostalgic vibes. But at the same time, is in the 30 to 40-year-olds in the demographic that can be voted in this is the question. That's my only worry about Tunic. Because obviously I feel like Cult of the Lamb is like the popular vote, but Stray is the diehard vote. And since it's a community vote, I'm probably going to say Stray. But I feel like it's going to be a toss-up.
I would say Stray as well.
So you team Stray?
Purely because cats.
You had cats in the Cult of the Lamb too. Because that's what it is. Remember, Animal Crossing if it was a court. And you leaving to fight monsters to save people to recruit them into your court. So then you can sacrifice them or eat them or you do whatever. But other than that, it's pretty much Animal Crossing with combat.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's probably going to be Stray. So we both Stray on this.
Mm-hmm.
Mobile game, the nominees are Apex Legends Mobile, Diablo Immortal, Genshin Impact.
We know what's going to win this.
Snap,
Genshin.
and Tower of Fantasy.
I don't even know why Tower of Fantasy nominated, to be honest. I guess I know why, because the popularity for like a minute. But yeah, like the only one there I feel like that whole anyway is Snap. But at the same time, it's like that is also competing with 90 Marvel fans. But I think waifus are too strong getting for Marvel.
Yo_what's_up_homie cheered X1. Boop 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 boop.
Hey, welcome Pip. Welcome. We're going over the Game Award before Hoppy and Court Party. And I get to catch you up is we're doing a fun little competition. If I white, I get a point. Sam, if white, she get a point. If we both won, Luna get a point. And then Diana gonna take the esports stuff. But yeah, I feel like waifu gonna take it. Are you team waifu as well?
Yeah.
So both on Genshin on that one.
Presented by Discord recognizes the game for outstanding support, transparency and responsiveness to players. Our nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14,
14.
Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
Yeah, like I would say No Man's Sky would be up there, but not because of community support. That would be like more like update and ongoing, not support technically. So yeah, I think Final Fantasy gonna take it for like the 9th year straight. So you team Final Fantasy?
Yeah, and I agree.
Because Luna will take all the awards. Yeah, we're gonna calculate. You watch it. We're gonna calculate, and she's gonna beat up by like 1, and then she's still just gonna take them. But yeah, I get Apex is up there. The thing about Apex is, like, I know Apex is huge, but I know it's bigger in Japan. And once again, we get into that case of how many Japanese people ain't care about the Game Awards or ain't know about it. But I don't know. That's one of them things that, like, I'm not falling up down that rabbit hole to fully know. But Final Fantasy is probably still gonna take it though.
Okay, now it's time for one of my favorite categories, Best Debut Indie Game, which recognizes a development team that made its first game in 2022, and clearly, they hit it out of the park. The nominees are Neon White, Norco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors.
Oh shit.
Stray.
Yeah, because the 3 here, I feel like it's Stray, Vampire Survival, and
Tunic?
no, what was the 4th one? Oh god, my mind is blinking. Hang on, we're gonna go back. What was it?
Neon White.
Neon White, that what it was.
Stray.
Yeah,
The cats are too powerful.
and like for a moment they were like, okay, Neon White I could see. Just because Neon White got a lot of love, especially in the B1 community. And also they have Spike doing the voice of the main character, so you know that kind of helps. But once again, like when we bring in like Vampire Survival and Stray, I think Vampire Survival because it's $3, it also free. It on everything. It literally took over every social media site for like 2 weeks. So, like, any with Dre probably being able to put up a fight, I feel like Vampire Survival on a popularity level.
Stray.
But you team Dre?
Stray.
So it's Dre versus Vampire Survival. Never have too many. I think you can do it. I got faith in you, Pip.
And Vampire Survivors. For Best VR AR Game, the nominees are After the Fall, Among Us VR,
That too.
Lab, Moss Book 2, and Red Matter 2.
That is also a good point. Yeah, Vampire Survival is also on Game Pass now. So, what do you think on that one, or do I need to go back?
Personally, I think Among Us.
I think Among Us as well, just because, once again, popularity voting Among Us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Among Us as well.
And just imagining doing that in VR sounds like it would be fun.
Oh, I have seen videos of it, and, like, I'm almost tempted. Just because it's actually 3D, and the audio is, they gotta be, like, so close to you. So you can also, like,
Among
plan out.
Us.
Like honestly, we had people to play with. Like, yeah, like the VR version of it don't look bad at all.
Yep,
So
that's what I'm going with.
I'm going with Among Us as well. Yeah, it looked really good in VR.
For Content Creator of the Year, the nominees are
Time for Luna to win.
Jacobs, Ludwig, Nebellion, No Brew, and QT Cinderella.
What we got here?
I don't know.
I feel like Ludwig gonna be the one that's going to win. The Nogwid, Norbit, the dude had the Psycho logo. Wasn't he the one that literally just said, "Screw this, I'm out," and he quit because he is a Twitter content creator who did like gaming news. If I remember why, I think that's who he was. And it was a big flop because you know the indie press industry used him as a source. because he was really good at a job. He was better at a job than everyone else. But he recently just like, yeah, I'm quitting because I can't financially do this anymore because Patreon was a failure.
Yeah.
So a lot of new companies are very upset because they just lost their sorts. But realistically, the only people that are going to know who he is, if I'm right about him, is literally going to be the hardcore, like, leaker and new information people. Well, I feel like Ludwig on that level of just, like, he just there since he, you know, pretty much everywhere. And he was the biggest Twitch person. Too, he got bought out by YouTube. And also, the rise of VTuber kind of overturned him a couple of months ago. So.
Are you finally joining us?
Yeah, because the thing was that, like, him being the content creator for the dude on Twitter, like, realistically, like, I feel like we get very debatable on if that count. Because, like I said, if you, I think I'm like 99% sure I'm thinking of the right person, he wasn't making content beyond, you know, going down the rabbit hole of doing plat stuff and getting information, getting inside information. You know, he is like if Jeff Keighley still talked publicly of who he technically was. Or like Jason's trial, I thought like investigation. So, like, at that point, it more like, I get content would be, you know, spreading news and information. Not so much making, you know, content you take in for enjoyment. More like keeping up with, you know, the industry as a whole. But I think Ludwig going to be everywhere just because of the whole YouTube thing, the Twitch stuff, him being tied to G4 as well, to get the normies. And then on top of that, you know, he got the Smack community, he got the Bidney community, it just... Ludwig hands it everywhere, so I kind of feel like Ludwig gonna get it though. Where are you at on the discussion?
Yeah, what you said.
Ludwig?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, it's literally more of like a very ingrained in the industry, like press person that wasn't tied to any outlet. He was independent. But yeah, exactly. He literally just Jason trial types. If once again, Jason Trial walked by himself.
The nominees for Best Action Game are Bayonetta 3, Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, Sifu, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge.
What were your bet on that? What was it? I think bet action game, I believe it was.
Bayonetta. Keep in mind, I've played none of these, so...
I'm going to go Sifu. I think Sifu is a better game than Bayonetta 3.
Chat, we're ending the stream early because Troy obviously is not feeling well.
I'm fine.
I need to go put him to bed. You will be getting some chicken noodle soup, some twist up. Take good care of you. It's okay.
But
it's okay.
Sifu is a better game.
Oh god, it's worse than I thought. Chat, I may have to take him to the hospital. You're delirious.
Are you really that surprised, here?
It's like you saying like something outside of Miku was better.
And Fawn.
Yeah.
It gotta be better than Fawn, because Fawn is the peak.
Yeah.
Honestly, the problem with Bayonetta 3 is I feel like it's not just the same insanity as Devil May Cry went. As far like how they stripped it away with like the combo system. But Bayonetta 3 is a lot of what made like the combo list is still as long as ever, as depth as ever. That's not the issue. A lot of that stuff now you gotta kind of unlock through other means. They kind of like capped up away behind a wall. But with that being said, you can still mix and match like mid combo, unlike Devil May Cry. Fuck the style system in Devil May Cry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure. But when it came to Bayonetta though, there were like big key mechanics that was a part of Bayonetta that they just took out because they wanted to have you like, oh, instead of summoning the monster for like finishers or set pieces, we want you to be able to summon them whenever you want, and they're gonna have their own combos and everything, which make the combo lit more depth there. But the problem is they ended up removing like the way the magic system worked. They removed how the punish system works. Like the punish system technically there, but now
I'm so sorry, chat.
But now it literally they get to a percentage of health and it just pops up instead of being something you can like manually control into a combo.
Just so you know,
And
I'm going with Bayonetta.
you're going with Bayonetta. It's just
Yes.
like
Because your opinion, love, is a diehard opinion.
yes, it
You
is.
do.
But that's the reason. That's the reason. Like Seafood, a better game in every way. Like, don't get me
know.
wrong, Seafood not a casual game by any means. Well, Bayonetta can be, and have always could be. Hell, Bayonetta 2, you could literally play it with one button, and they were very happy about a one-handed mode for obvious reason, and they went with that idea on Bayonetta 2. But yeah, like, I'm more in, like, the Devil May Cry side of, like, the die-hard, just, like, any of it didn't dumb it down like Devil May Cry did, it still removed enough mechanics that make the game feel any more samey no matter how or what you are doing. And also the game does a bad job of playing stuff. But like, I didn't even realize I could actually level up my character to literally the last like 3 missions.
I'm so sorry, chat.
I'm with them. Give me some hot cocoa.
No, you're sick.
I drink cocoa when I'm sick.
No, you drink Twist Up when you're sick.
That too. Yeah, cocoa for when my throat is fucked up sick.
But this is not a throat fuck up. You obviously have a fever and are delusional, and you need medical attention.
I have some strong opinion about Bayonetta 3, if you can tell.
No.
Same as I do Devil May Cry 3, 4, 5, and... Well, I get 5.
Great.
And only because of you and your boys.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Me never. Me like a game or something because the boys are cute and I like the characters. No. What? Who do you think you're talking to?
Metro, Obey Me, Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy 15.
Kingdom Hearts. Shut up.
Seafood gonna take it. So, you Bayonetta, I'm Seafood.
Yes.
It is Seafood, not a casual game at all, which is the only thing that might hoard it.
The best action-adventure game nominees are A Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic.
Stray. By the way, anytime it comes up, I'm just going with
You just Stray by default.
Stray this year is my Witcher 3.
Just because cats.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know we still need to play Stray. You know that.
But I'm pretty sure my opinion will hold the same.
I'm pretty sure mine would have.
Which, by the way, chat, if we went with best action adventure game, it would be Witcher 3. If it was a nominee.
Maybe next year when we release all the new consoles.
Joe, welcome to the Game Awards.
Yeah, that's the other thing about the Game Awards. This is, like I said, this is what I would talk about earlier tonight, where the issue comes in, and most of the nominees are only what they have played, and the majority of the people that would be voting for the nominees haven't even played half of the stuff, so they stuck with whatever they played for war.
Can I play... Oh, God, I'm going to regret this. It's going to turn into a rant. I can feel it. Can I play Devil's Advocate? I think what makes a good, even great game would be in these categories. Great music, great gameplay, art direction.
So you don't think this is the whole, like, the distance between 2 people at Outlet playing instead of waiting 2 months and then having 10 people that have played it?
No, I really do think what makes a great game would be in these categories. That's my own personal opinion. You can say what you want. I'm going to believe no matter what, because that is how I see it.
Okay, how about this Devil Advocate argument? How about the whole thing that most AAA / AA indie, in the case of Tunic and Stray, they are at that point so watered down to being so specific because money that also is what playing into it. Where like when you look at a genre, since everything is one genre for the most part nowadays, and they all playing it so safe and so close to what make that genre good to the best of their ability, that we also then start getting the same 3 games in everything. Because it's so like watered down to that very specific, this is what make money, make that.
But games have always been like that. Look at like what happened after, I don't know, Dead Island or Last of Us.
Right there, my point. It because
games have always been like that.
but the thing,
always.
No, this is the whole thing. That then start becoming a heavy problem to the PS3 and 360 generation once game broke beyond a toy and started getting into the mainstream, which in return started getting invested from outside of the gaming industry that was making toys, because that way it was sold at up to the PS3 generation.
That's the point. PS3, all of that has been around for a long enough time that it's not a new problem.
Exactly.
Therefore, this is nothing new.
Yeah, because they're going back about 17 years. Well, I'm talking about going back like 20 to 30.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
So
extra years.
we did the whole thing is like for every wedgie we get from PepsiCo, we get, any of the or any of the CEOs right now outside Phil Pencil of like they did not come up with the gaming industry. They came in because job.
You could also say that when they stick to close to things that are accepted, they work because they're accepted.
It's literally the same thing in wine. Like you can have that problem. Like if you look at your dating sim game, if you play like 10 of them, I'm pretty sure 8 to 9 of them be like, yeah, that's the quiet one, that's the dumb one, that's the smart one, this is the education one.
Love. All dating things follow that trope.
Exactly. The same issue that anime have went into. Every industry
which is
runs into this.
Which is why that doesn't bother me. It's kind of like that's just how it is.
Yeah, because once something get big enough, it's gonna fall into that. It doesn't matter what it is, game, movie, comic, whatever.
So then it doesn't matter, because it's like arguing that a book or a story is an original. Like, no shit.
And literally the old man screaming at the crowd Simpson joke here. It's pretty much the debate here. Which I side with you, just like, of course it's gonna happen. Which is the reason why when something stands out, it stands out really fucking hard for doing the bare minimum. Look at Elder Wing. And, like, you know, like, you look at the drama that happened to Elder Wing, and people are like, oh, there were no compass, there was no quest log, there was no... This is not a video game anymore. It's just like that. So simple. Just like, yeah, we're not going to put a cursor on the queen. It's so, like, mind-blowing to people just because everything been, like, watered down to such an extent for the last 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, but you could argue that the normal gamer wants the normal. How many players would actually
You're not wrong on it.
take issue if something was different? Look, even I'm guilty of it. Like, if there's a certain type of game that, like, has, like, say the controls aren't like the normal controls for every other game, you know? Like, the whole thing, like...
I have a example of that.
Normally, the Y jumps... I don't fucking...
I literally...
Normally, no, actually, it's like, normally the X jumps, but in this game, it's the Y, and it's fucking annoying.
I literally have an example of that. Like, during Halloween, when I played the Darkness, I was like... It took me a good hour or two to be like, oh, fuck, this did not play like Halo. Because every fourth-person game pretty much played like Halo from the Epoch time. And this game was on the 360, so this game came out like 5 to 8 years after Halo, and all the buttons were randomized. And it's just like, I feel like I'm playing a game from like the PS1 or PS2 era, when people were still just trying to figure this shit out. And I don't know why it like this. And then we get to the second game, and it's just like normal Halo, Call of Duty, normal FPS controls. But like I have that as an example like very recently of that.
Yeah, Joe, because look, human beings in general are not fond of change.
We got stats on it when it comes to video game, where like the game
it's not just video games.
I know, I'm just saying an example here.
I'm saying in general.
Yeah, the more you change something, the more angry people get. Look at Marvel product right now as an example of that. They're like, we want more of this, that, and that, and then the second they thought, going outside of the comic fantasy, everybody that not a, comic fan to the sense, like, yeah, that's how the comics are, got all pissy,
Which is why I think a lot, like some of these games, like these indie games, are gonna have similar elements to the bigger games, because for it to be successful, they have to. If you're too jarring, the public, for the majority, will not like it.
Yeah, how many people, how much of the mainstream cared about, like, unpacking, or Hortoy, or, oh god, was another one from, like, last year.
I don't know, I think her story...
I can't think of it.
You said her story, not horror.
Yeah, Hortoy.
Horror? Like scary?
No, the one where we
okay, that's what I thought. I mean, I feel like the public kind of liked that one, but I don't remember, and maybe I'm biased because I liked it. But
the thing is, this is all about open-mindedness, where we not the demographic for the closed-minded, because, we in the camp of, like, anything, just have at it.
Yeah,
we not,
Joe, you're the outlier.
Yeah, just, like, yeah, because this is the problem, is, like, in one of them cases where we're getting with, like, indie games now, is, since we're getting in, like, for example, Tunic, Trey, like, these are games that are funded by, like, Sony, and I think, like, what, Bandai or something? I don't remember who were funding Tunic. It might have been Microsoft. I think it was Microsoft now, thinking about it. Like, any of their indie devs, if we get into the case, like, with these, of, like, you still got big corporation backing them, or have ex-employees that work for, like, Activision, Blizzard, or insert whatever company that went off because obviously fuck them company to talk indie games, and then the indie games are just working their way back up to just being, where they originally came from.
Yeah, Joe, and that's why by the time you get burnt out on it, or the public does, they latch onto a new genre.
Oh yeah, literally.
It's kind of like how like The Last of Us or Dead Island came out, and they just made nonstop zombie games.
No.
No?
No, you won't. The zombie stuff was... Remember, people were being burnt out on zombie by the time Dead Island came. But, no, the better example here would be, like, what we have actually lived through. It being like, okay, we moving on to the end of the online days. Every game must be Halo. Fuck, Call of Duty happened. Everybody mimic Call of Duty. A 360 generation moat game mimic Call of Duty. Any game that had no white having multiplayer had multiplayer that was mimicking Call of Duty. Call of Duty went in core originally. And then everybody was like, oh, okay, we're going to jump onto Dota games. We had like 100 Dota games. They all died except for like 3. And then everybody got burnt out on that. Like, okay, now we're going to do survival games. And then by the time the AAA industry started doing survival game, everybody was like, yeah, we burnt out on this shit. You know what we're going to do? Let's go do Battle Royale games. And it just like... And how that usually go is a series will be made by a small company or indie.
But that's what I was trying to...
Yeah, and then by the time they won a course, it's around the time AAA get involved, because AAA moved at such a snail pace that by the time we get into like the AAA version, most people ready to jump ship. Kind of like how another example of that would be like how everybody got into roguelikes, and then after Hades winning all the awards a couple years ago, we are now getting AAA roguelikes such as like Returnal coming in. And at that point, that is kind of like a little iffy with people tile or not tile, because, you can do a lot with roguelike. Hell, Corpse of the Lamb is a roguelike, as an example. And how you doing, Z? Welcome. Officially a midnight stream, well, technically.
Once again, that's the point I was trying to make with the zombie stuff.
People were burnt out on that in World War II shooter, because the thing to keep in mind, even with Call of Duty, if people were burnt out on World War II shooters, because that was a thing in the PS1 era, which is the main reason why Call of Duty 4 went like, okay, we done with that. We are going to go present day of wacky stuff. And everybody like, ooh, mind-blowing, this is great, because it's decent. Because there's not people running around with, like, belly guns that, only a couple decades out from paddle. Like, that's how that usually go. And, it always work in cycles. Like, for example, everybody got tired of, like, present-day military shooter, so Call of Duty went to outer space. And now people are getting, like, oh, okay, I'm cool with it now. Now they're starting to step back into, you know, like, present-day or mid-2000s, as an example. So all of it works on cycles. The thing is, like I've always said, if you want more interesting stuff, is your mind got to be open enough to dive into the strange shit. You know, the stuff that's literally made by, like, 2 people on, like, Itch, or, like, any of, like, the other, like, indie services. Or, like, the stuff that come out on Nintendo Switch, as an example. Like, but the problem is, if most people don't want to play a game where your whole point of you is building a boat and talking to animal NPC to figure out about their life, to then figure out how to give them closure so they can go to heaven. And then cry your eyes out because you spent like 30 hours with it, pulse, and going through every life trauma with them. Or being like, oh, I want to play a game where, like, I'm moving into an apartment or dealing with my own mental issues. It's like,
$15, little man.
Oh, thank God.
thanks, Z.
Zyla Sheard X24.
Thank you. But, like, that's the trade-off here. Like, most people don't want to dive into, you know, the indie side that start leaning more into that. You know, like the games I was showing you doing, like, the wholesome game stuff. Like, how many people want to literally put together, like, picture flame white cat trying to knock it off the table? Any cats or cats. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Is like, but the thing is, this is meant for mainstream people, obviously, because pop will vote up. You're going to see a lot of the same AAA or AA indies. It's going to be a lot. Outside of, obviously, the very fourth game of Impact, as an example. Like we admitted, I only played one of, like, the 4 games. Another 4 games I never heard of. Just because I'm not on, like, itch.io looking for whatever. Because I'm pretty sure if we look into them games, they are probably, like, puzzle game that dealing with mental trauma or abuse. I don't think the casual Call of Duty player will want to deal with that. So yeah, that's like the issue here. Yeah, because it literally, because it was a 2D game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It won a whole bunch of indie awards. I think it was last year. Because everyone that played it was like, yeah, I literally just cried for the next week after beating it. But I don't remember the name of the game offhand. I would know when I see it. But yeah. But yeah, so who's gonna win the action game? I don't even remember what it was now.
I wonder why.
This is what happened. Yeah. Don't you worry. We're like halfway through this. It's fine. It's fine, Z.
And we're like an hour in.
This is how that goes.
You were like, it's only 10 minutes.
It is. It's only 10 minutes. We're 5 minutes in. So, sadly, on your end, Joe, it's gonna be one of them cases of, like, to support you, it's time to get your engine and start making. Like, cause let's be honest, that's the thing about the gaming industry at that point. If you don't agree with it, it's time to start making your own game, and it's not hard to do by any means today. So yeah. But
Action-adventure
let's see,
game
what was
nominated
action
are
again?
A Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic.
Okay, so you going straight.
Duh.
I'm going to say God of War, any if maybe Plague Tale should get it here. But then again, Plague Tale, any if it's way more actiony, it's still technically a puzzle stealth game at its core. So I'm gonna say God of War probably gonna take it once again because popular vote.
For Best RPG, the jury selected Elden Ring, Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Pokemon.
That get interesting because people hated that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a mainline Pokemon game. So that one gonna get iffy. Cause Live Alive, it once again is like the old person vote. Cause I have seen so many people over the age of 40 and just like, yeah, this is the best game ever. just because, you know, what it is. But yeah, realistically, Elder Wayne probably gonna win that because Xenoblade 3, any of Xenoblade 3 was hyped up pretty well. It's still a JRPG on a Nintendo product that don't want it too well. Well, Elder Wayne is everywhere, so I'm gonna say Elder Wayne. What are your bet?
Pokemon.
You going Pokemon?
The best fighting game nominees are DNF Duel, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, The King
Wait, that
of
came
Fighters
out?
15, Multiversus, and Sifu.
How am I supposed to fucking know? I'm gonna go with JoJo.
Cause that's the thing. Like, I didn't even realize JoJo came out, but at the same time, JoJo fans are crazy. So I feel like there's gonna be another one. The popular vote slat the trolley vote. It's probably gonna be multi-vote because there was Ultra Instinct Shaggy in it, and it's free, and there were like a lot of casual people around that to start off. So I'm gonna go multi-votes. You going JoJo?
Yep.
What's the most anticipated upcoming game? Remember, these have to be games that are officially announced. The nominees are Final Fantasy XVI, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This
Zelda.
Yeah, I feel like this is a debate between Zelda and Red New Evil, but Red New Evil 4, I feel like is way outside of the Nintendo cloud. And also, industry-wide was, you know, originally a game changer for the whole industry that we still feel into this day. But, I don't know, like, yeah, maybe Starfield, maybe, because the last few things they've been showing been better. But I feel like Bethesda still got a lot of that Bethesda grossness on them for a lot of people. So, I'm going to go Red New Evil. And you are going Zelda?
Mm-hmm.
year, there's a new category at TGA.
Oh, all right.
Best Adaptation, which recognizes excellence in authentically creating shows, movies, and other creative endeavors based on video game worlds and characters. Here are our first ever nominees for Best Adaptation. Arcane, League of Legends,
Okay, yeah.
Cyberpunk Edgerunners, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I honestly feel like there's a fight between Arcane and Cyberpunk. But once again, Cyberpunk is newer. And it literally brought the game back from the deaths. So, I'm going to go Cyberpunk.
Sonic.
And also Cyberpunk made by Trigger, and that holds a lot of weight in the anime community. So.
I said what I said.
So, you Sonic, wasn't it?
Yep.
Alright, you Sonic. I'm Cyberpunk.
Next up, Best Family Game. The nominees are Kirby and the Forgotten
Time
Land,
for the Nintendo
Star Wars
event.
Skywalker Saga, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Nintendo Switch Sports, and Splatoon 3.
Splatoon.
Yeah, I'm Team Splatoon as well. I think this is the easy one for Splatoon to get it. Yeah, that will I'm going as well, Joe.
The Best Sim Strategy nominees are
Here you go.
Dune Spice Wars, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Total War Warhammer 3, 2 Point Campus, and Victoria 3.
Haven't even played it. Can already tell you 2 Point Campus.
Because it's literally just a cardboard 2-point hospital.
Exactly.
And you love 2-point hospital.
Exactly. I need to play 2 Point Campus.
Yeah, it on Game Pass, so. I think there will probably be another Nintendo War. I think between that and probably Warhammer. Because Warhammer was good, and also they combined it all the game into one. So if we're going to get naughty, I'm going to go Warhammer.
Are you asking what 3 Point Hospital is, or are you asking why it isn't there? Because 3 Point Hospital was like a year or two ago.
Yeah, it was longer than that. It was like 2, 3.
This is recent. It's by the same people.
Okay, so what 3 Point Hospital was, they're gonna get old timey here, just be warned. is it is original creator of Sim Hospital from the 90s. So we're talking, I believe, DOT. So like 95, 96. They got back together and they made a spiritual successor and called it 3 Point Hospital. So think of it like The Sims, but extremely goofy. And you building a hospital to like fit like clown disease where everybody become clowns, or what was the other one, like having too many ideas and having
like Sim City mixed with Sims.
yeah, Sim City Sims with a very like comedy twist to it.
Exactly.
Like one of the, like the one disease I remember outside the clown one was the one where people get like turned into light bulbs. And you trying to run your hospital to make as much money as you can while dealing with all these goofy diseases. And so you take that and you make it a college. And pretty much the same thing, just now you're dealing with colleges. But it's Sims meet Sim City management money game. Or Roller Coaster Tycoon, like also in that same vein.
AKA totally up my alley. AKA I don't care if, it's not the popular vote. I'm choosing this.
Yeah, I don't blame you well, because of just like that another one. This is another one of them games that got like
It's like you not choosing Bayonetta. You'd be questioning if I had a fever.
exactly. But yeah, like another one of the camps of like Tunic are like, okay, the people voting on this, it probably over the age of 40, if not older,
No. Over the age of 30, thank you very much.
If you had a PC in like 92, 93, you would totally be playing Sim Hospital. Because it's literally the same thing, just 2D and on DOS.
No, because I wasn't into video games at that point. Not until like early 2000s, whenever it was introduced through my stepdad. So no.
I think Sim Hospital also got ported to the PS1 if I remember right. I could be wrong though.
I still had a PS2, so.
Because I feel like I've seen a PS1 copy at some point in my life. Yeah, Sim Hospital, it had the Sim name because I think Echo White, well, not Echo White, Jesus. The dude over the Sim, I think, was a part of it, and also made by EA. So, when they were putting Sim, insert whatever on everything in the 90s, before, the Sims took it, or took the name. But, you're going 3 Point, I am going a Warhammer.
Yes.
This year, these 5 games are nominated for Best Sports Racing. F1 22.
Time for Luna to win.
FIFA 23. NBA 2K 23. Gran Turismo 7. And Ollie Ollie World.
Diana, do you have any thoughts?
Which one is it, Diana? Do we need to put calls on the table and let you pick?
She says FIFA.
This is the issue. Like, on one hand, I would say the only good game here is probably Ollie Ollie and Gran Turismo technically. But Ollie Ollie is too indie for most people to play, I feel. Because they're getting into, like, the 1A indies. But on the other hand, it's like FIFA also, with the rest of them, are just not great for obvious reasons we plant. But this is the last FIFA game that ever going to be made. So, it might win just as a send-off of like, you're officially dead now. So.
Diana's choice is FIFA.
Yeah, that's the other thing, like.
And no matter what happens, no matter the outcome, she's right.
So she is FIFA, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the other thing about Gran Turismo, like, I can't speak. Gran Turismo got in a lot of shit as well, and, like, Ollie Ollie is the only one that technically didn't. But, like I said, it, like, indie, so. I don't know. I didn't know this is a lap FIFA game because the EA have lost the title because the FIFA organization is like, you're gonna pay us $1 billion for a license. EA went, nope. And yeah. So this is the lap FIFA game that will be made. Either this year or next year. I think it's this year. So I'm pretty sure it's this one. So I don't know. So
she's having a grand old time, by the way.
I can tell.
Look at her.
So you two are FIFA?
Yeah. And like I said, no matter who they see the winner is, It's not accurate.
I feel like I'm gonna go NBA because I feel like I saw TikTok will talk about NBA. So I'm gonna go NBA.
Next up, we're looking at our 5 esports categories.
Oh,
Starting
Diana,
with
this is
Best
your
Esports
categories.
Game. And the nominees are Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, League of Legends, Rocket League, and Valorant.
Before we get into teams and we might have input, what do you vote?
Well, my vote is Diana's vote, and her vote is Rocket League because she really likes the balls.
It probably is the best game, or the most casual game out of all of these.
She loves to slap around balls, and well, Rocket League.
I'm gonna go with. I feel like it'd probably be between Dota and Valorant. I'm gonna go Dota, cause I think didn't they just have like them like big championship like recently or something?
Oops.
So I'm gonna go Dota. Yeah, Rocket League will be the one that probably deserves it the most. Let's be honest.
Your best esports athlete nominees are Chuvi, Faker, Kerrigan, Simple, and Yay.
Kerrigan, just because he looks kind of like King Kill.
I'm gonna go Simple because I remember that name.
And not Faker?
That too, but
How can you not remember the name Faker?
I like Simple because it's simple.
I like that.
We don't know esports stuff. If it's not Evo, I got nothing.
Here are
So
the 5 nominees for best esports team: Dark Zero Esports, FaZe Clan, Gen G, LA Thieves, and Loud.
what we got, Luna or Diana?
Loud. Just like how she screams.
I'm gonna go FaZe Clan because they got in a lot of shit, and so they got talked about a lot. So that means more people probably know them in passing, and will probably vote that because they only know the name in passing because of the drama they got into. So I'm gonna go FaZe.
The best esports coach nominees are Blade, Bazooka, Doom Bros, Robin, and Score.
I feel like we got to answer for the same reason, but not the same reason.
Score.
I'm gonna say the same thing, and is it because of the Asian boy in a suit,
I really do like the
the Asian businessman stereotype?
marry my husband. I got marry my husband vibes.
Okay, you going for that reason? I'm going because it's like, you know, he a professional. He got a suit.
I love you so much. I guess after 12 years,
There you go, Missy.
I am very readable.
And the rest of them just look angry.
I would have gone with the one that looked young, and then, yeah.
Yeah, and then suit happens. So
Yeah.
we vote with the suit guy.
The nominees for best esports
Question,
event
pause. Why for you? Make it short. Let's not go on a rant, please.
Okay.
I'm already not gonna be nominating. We're going straight into Corpse Party after this.
That's fine. But mine is.
Is it in solidarity?
Yeah, I get. I'm gonna say Asian dude in suit, and knowing how the Asian market is when it comes to esports, the more fancier the suit, the more fucking badass they are.
I feel like
So-
no matter what they do, if it's business competition related.
Oh yeah, exactly. And the reason why esport literally became a natural sport in the '90s for Asian markets, and they have multiple TV channels in the '90s dedicated to StarCraft. The reason that was a thing in the '90s and still is in Korea. So Asian man in a fancy suit, and the more offensive the suit, more badass they are, mean more successful. That means way more aggressive they are. So I'm gonna go with that because he probably take no shit from his players, and they sleep 20 minutes a night, just because of how that, how the esports is for Asian areas. That too, you don't want to lose your gaming finger. Just saying.
So your thumb.
I know Yakuza, to my knowledge, usually pinkies, but I
You
think
said gaming finger.
I guess they would make an exception and do the thumbs instead. But
Thumb would be worse.
that depends. You play mouse and keyboard, so you're more like your middle three fingers would be more useful than your thumb and.
Maybe. I guess I just think of normal controllers.
Yeah. I mean, Asian, they don't have console.
Yeah.
Console been a big thing or big issue with them for decades.
Yeah. Anyways.
So
Happy we're on the same page.
technically,
Totally for the same reason.
oh, that is when you lose a tournament 3 times in a row and you talk about quitting. So what was it nominee again? I don't even remember.
Evo.
Oh no. Evo and Hillsong all my bad. Okay, eSport event. All right.
Sports
Evo.
event are Evo, the League of Legends World Championship, PGL Major Antwerp, the MSI, and Valorant Champions.
Evo.
I'm gonna go Evo because Evo, could we watch Evo? And I don't remember the competition that just ended that everybody was like, wow, this actually feels like a Fortnite event because people were doing hate speech, throwing bills at each other, getting in fit fights. It happened literally like this weekend. I don't remember what it was for, but literally, like Drop Flame were talking about it, where like, man, this actually feels like a Fortnite event. Esports are finally a sport in America. But I don't remember what competition it was. So I'm gonna go Evo because I don't remember the name of that competition, let alone since it happened that weekend where they ain't been nominated at all.
Evo's also pretty well known.
Yeah,
so.
remember Evo got bought by Sony last year,
Yeah.
and Evo been around since the '90s. So
And now our final 2 categories. Best Game Direction, which recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation.
We getting
in
there.
game direction and design. The nominees are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, and Stray.
yes, I know Trey for you. I'm going Elder Wayne because we talk about game design, and design is what pissed everybody off in the gaming industry about Elder Wayne. God, that was some pleasure times. So Elder Wayne gonna win, but you team Trey.
Oh, duh.
And finally, on behalf of the jury comprised of more than 100 global media outlets, I am proud to announce the 6 games selected for outstanding creative and
Oh, we doing 6.
The nominees for
Wait, we have
Game
6?
of the Year at the Game Awards are A Plague Tale Requiem from Asobo Studio and Focus Entertainment, Elden Ring by From Software and Bandai Namco Entertainment, God of War Ragnarok from Sony Santa Monica and Sony Interactive Entertainment, Horizon Forbidden West from Guerrilla Games
Come on,
and
kitty.
Sony Interactive Entertainment, Stray from
Hey.
Blue Studio and Anna.
Good. I don't have to think about my vote.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
I'm surprised Xenoblade was there, to be honest.
Soft and Nintendo.
So,
Why are we discussing this? You
Elder Wayne Trey. The only reason God of War will win is because it's new. But realistically, the popular vote is going to be Elder Wayne.
Congratulations to all the nominees. The winners will be revealed
When
the Game
Cat-
Awards streams on Thursday,
Cat-
December 8th. And you can help select who will take home the award.
He agrees.
Head to thegameawards.com right now to vote, and also visit our Game Awards Discord server for voting. Stay tuned for many more details as we get ready for the biggest Game Awards yet. I can't wait, and it all streams live and free everywhere on Thursday, December
Are you
8th.
joining us?
I hope to see you then, and don't forget to vote.
I regret doing this. You want me to join?
It's live, though. We can't just pause it and went.
I don't know about that. You'd find a way. We would miss like 5 different categories.
No, we'd be doing the commercials, if anything. But there we go. They're all nominees. Time to figure out who's going to win. Me, Sam, Diana, or Luna. There's a lot of esports up there, so Diana might be able to take home the prize.
It's gonna be Luna.
Well, literally, it probably will be.
When Luna.
Exactly. But, yeah, since the video will go up on YouTube separate, any final word for the YouTube people? Other than a 10-minute video turning into almost an hour and a half.
Enjoy. I'm so sorry.
Like, favorite, and subscribe, chat. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, do all that. right here on Twitch. Be sure to head over to YouTube.
And please don't be playing a drinking game during this.
Oh, we will have a drinking game. Don't you worry.
You will die.
We've been playing this out for a long time. There will be a drinking game for the Game Awards.
Oh no, I mean for this video. Don't start playing drinking games.
We have established just in general with me and not a good idea, but we still have them. But like, favorite, and subscribe, hit all the bells, and in the case of everybody watching live, we're going to continue on. But for everybody on YouTube, I will be streaming the Game Awards on December 8th.
And be doing a pizza party.
I thought that if you joining me, we'd be doing a pizza party. At Diana Wubble Butt on chat.
I mean, pizza party.
Diana, can you stop getting your
No.
booty on chat? But yeah, I will be streaming it on the 8th. You sound like if pizza involved, you heal.
Yeah.
And we will see who win. Me, Sam, Luna, or Diana. It's gonna be Luna. But we will cross that bridge when we get there in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yes.
So, that. Subscribe.